welcome to Stache Sports, episode 61. Last night, the Pittsburgh Penguins took on the New Jersey Devils in Pittsburgh. For those who don't know, they introduce the players to the other teams in sports. And most of the time in sports, people boo the other team because that's just common in sports to boo the other team and beat the other players, no matter what. But last night, when they introduced Jack Hughes' name, he got a standing ovation from Pittsburgh, which is well deserved. No matter where Jack Hughes goes now in the United States, he should get a standing ovation. He won gold medal for the first time in 46 years, and his golden goal was a goal that helped him win the gold medal for the first time in 46 years. I really don't care what political side you're on. Let's be all Americans right now and be happy that our hockey team finally won gold for the first time in 46 years. He should get a standing ovation everywhere he goes, no matter what. No matter if the New Jersey Devils are even playing their biggest rival, whoever that is, because I don't only follow New Jersey Devils hockey. But he should get a standing ovation everywhere. So glad that Pittsburgh gave him a standing ovation. If anybody booed, that's not a real American. This is American sport. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, you should like American sports if you're an American, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. But the Penguins looked pretty good last night, winning 4-1 in the absence of Sidney Crosby. That's good. Even though the New Jersey Devils have Jack Hughes, the golden boy of America, they're still not one of the better teams in hockey right now. But they can still compete for a playoff spot, so that's good that the Penguins won. The Penguins won 4-1, like I said, so that's nice to see them win. After the break, it's nice to see that they're still doing good, and Arthur Sheeloff's only let up one goal, and Arthur Sheeloff's looking like a better goaltender right now. Excuse me, and Arthur Sheeloff's looking like a better goaltender. But we'll see. Like I said, the Penguins won 4-1 last night, which is good. They have a back-to-back game on Saturday and Sunday, so that's going to be rough. I'll get more on that one tomorrow when I also do my WWE picks tomorrow for the Elimination Chamber. But the Penguins won 4-1 last night. Tommy Novak scored. It's good to see people like Tommy Novak come and unfold and scoring when your superstars like Sidney Crosby aren't able to play. I mean, Sidney Crosby isn't able to play, but that's okay. Because we got Tommy Novak. He got a goal, and he got assisted by Chris Letang. It's so nice to see Chris Letang back. Chris Letang has been on injury from whatever he had. It's nice to see him back. And Evgeny Malkin had the assist. It's nice to see Evgeny Malkin playing again, even though he was banged up. Hopefully he got better now, since he was banged up before. But it is nice to see Evgeny Malkin play. And it is nice to see... And then Paul Cutler got it assisted by Jack Hughes. Got no one go. Connor Clifton, he's a younger guy too. That's under the radar for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's nice to see Connor Clifton score. And Ryan O'Shea and Anthony Maffa. Both are Penguin players. Anthony Maffa was on the team. I think Ryan O'Shea and maybe Connor Clifton might have been. I don't remember if Connor Clifton was on the team last year. But those are nice to see players like that get goals and get assists. To show that Kyle Dubas, our general manager from Toronto, is doing a really good job and showing up that he knows what he's doing in Canada. I mean, for the Penguins, excuse me. And Igor Churkanov scored again. Who would have thought that Igor Churkanov, how do you pronounce his name? Charkanov, or how do you pronounce his name? From the Columbus Blue Jackets would have been as good as he is. I mean, I didn't expect that trade to be as good as it is. But Churkanov has really stepped up since coming up over from Ohio to Pennsylvania, the better state, but he's looking a lot better now than he did, I think, with the Blue Jackets. It's nice to see him scoring and have him on the hot streak. I'm glad he's got another goal because he's on the hot streak before, and like I said, yesterday's video, he's a younger player, so that's what we don't know, how those are going to transpire after having a big break like that and not being able to play for your country or play in the Olympics. But Sherrock looked pretty good. So far, that's looking like a really good trade by Kyle Dubas. Another fantastic trade made by Kyle Dubas to help this year's Penguins team maybe be a playoff team. Like I said, these are going to be the big games this year that decide if Kyle Dubas is General Manager of the Year. If the Penguins don't mess around a lot and don't lose the playoff spot, that, to me, is a sure shoo-in for Coach Dan Muse in his first year to win the NHL Head Coach of the Year. Because if we can do that with having Sidney Crosby for a quarter of the season, if he misses all 4 weeks, that's a lot. I know we had a good run before that and stationed ourselves a lot better than we had, but these next 4 weeks are going to be rough without having Sidney Crosby if we can't come back before that. And last but not least, Blake Lizotte scored an empty net goal. It's nice to see Blake Lizotte doing well. Blake Lizotte was an afterthought last year, but they signed him to a contract this year for the Penguins, and he's really stepped up. I can't remember Blake Lizotte where he played before, but Blake Lizotte is looking really good. He was unassisted in empty netter, winning 4-1. But that's nice to see the Penguins win 4-1. But like I said before, the big picture in these are going to be is going to be how Dan Muse has rested the playoffs, and to see if Kyle Dubas does any trades, before the trade deadline, if he get anybody else besides Sam Girard. Which hopefully Sam Girard's not injured. I heard he got an injury report, but that's not good. But hopefully Sam Girard can play, or whatever his name is. I don't know Sam, but whatever. Hopefully he can play, but we'll see if Kyle Dubas does any more trades. We'll see. We got a lot of draft picks, and maybe he might try to swing some of them a lot to try to get somebody for now. But I don't know how much he's going to be, and I don't know if Sidney Crosby's injury has changed that. And I don't know if injury to the kid has changed that any. I don't know if the injury to the kid has changed any about all of what plans Kyle Dubas was going to do during the trade deadline that's coming up soon. Because before the Olympics, he knew it was going to come up soon, so I don't know if that's going to change. And I know it might be hard to get some of the players that he might want to try to look for, but we will see. I don't know what they're going to do during the trade deadline, but I'll keep you updated. They have a back-to-back game between Vegas and somebody else on Saturday. But that's good. They went 4-1. That's good to have better defense and only line up one goal. And Arthur Shelob, he's looking really good. Who would have thought that Arthur Shelob, who got traded this offseason to the Penguins from one of the Canadian teams, I believe, who was an afterthought, would look really good. Arthur Shelob is having a better year this year. Even if some games he doesn't look as sharp, Arthur Shelob is looking really better this year for the Penguins. He's looking a lot better for the Penguins this year. So that's nice to see Arthur Shelob do better for the Penguins. The Penguins now are 35, 15, and 12, and 14, and 8, and 7 at home. That's a pretty good record at home. They have been really good. The Penguins have been superstars and really good since the winter break. Let's see if they can continue that. They're 1-0 right now after the All-Star break. But let's see what they do after the Olympic. Let's see what they can do from the Olympic break. But that's nice to see the Penguins do well. Dan Muse, who was a coach of the Rangers, I think, an assistant coach of the team, has done really good. He has turned his program around. Who would have thought in 1 year Dan Muse could be named coach of the year? At the beginning of this year, a lot of these local Pittsburgh sportscasters thought the Penguins would suck this year for Gavin McKinnon, the young guy from Penn State. But right now, we are in the playoff spot and looking really tough. However, they can continue winning. Like I said, these next few games and next few weeks are going to be determining the factor on what kind of team we have. If we can keep winning and keep looking good without having our superstar Sidney Kid in there. And yeah, Sidney Kid is having one of his great years yet again. And it sucks that we don't have him because of his injury. But like I said, we have Evgeny Malkin and other players, so hopefully they can step up. But tonight, we got the NHL tonight, on Friday night. The Vegas Golden Knights are going to the Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals aren't so good this year. The Washington Capitals are decent, but I think Vegas, with their staff roster, I think the Vegas Golden Knights take on beat the Capitals. I think the Buffalo Sabres and Sage Thompson take on the Florida Panthers. That's going to be tough. Both teams are looking for a wild card spot. The Florida Panthers are back-to-back champions, but right now are looking to get in a wild card spot, I believe. But I think the Buffalo Sabres, I think the Florida Panthers win. I think the Minnesota Wild will be the Utah Mammoth. I think the Wild are a little better coaches than the Utah Mammoth, and I think they beat the Utah Mammoth, but we'll see. And then you got the Jets tonight against the Ducks. I think if Connor Hellebuyck, or amazing goaltender, who got the Presidential Medal of Freedom place tonight, I think the Winnipeg Jets win. I think he's really hot right now, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop him right now. I think he's coming off one of his best performances of his career and of his lifetime, and one of the best performances that I've seen of a goaltender in quite a while. And I think he's going to be able to do it quite well for the Winnipeg Jets tonight. But we'll see. But anyway, the Penguins have off today and play back-to-back games today on Saturday and Sunday. I'll get you my update predicts tomorrow. But so far, we're looking pretty good. A 4-1 win last night. That's nice in front of the home fans. But come on, Pittsburgh, we need to sell out. We don't have that many. Why is not a lot of our home fans not going to games? I know I haven't been to a game this year, so I probably shouldn't be talking about this. But why is not so many of our home fans going to the games? I heard a really bad stat last night that we have a low attendance. Come on, Penguin fans, let's bring it up. We have one of the better teams this year. Let's start coming to the games and making the seats less empty. Making the seats less empty, but we'll see. We'll see. The Boston Celtics are back. Last night in the NBA, the Pacers beat the Hornets beat the Pacers 133 to 109. The 76ers beat the Heat 124 to 176. Wow. The Sixers beat the Heat. That's pretty good. The Sixers have been off lately, but they came back to beat the Heat. I know the Heat aren't so good this year either because they don't have that many superstars on their team, but that's interesting. But the Heat lost last night. The Heat are 31 to 29 and 14 to 16 away. Or 14 to 18 away. Wow, the Heat don't even have a winning record away. That's pretty bad. I got the Hawks. The Hawks beat the Wizards last night, 126 to 96. The Spurs won 124 to 126 to 110. Excuse me. The Rockets beat the Magic 113 to 108. The Trailblazers beat the Bulls 121 to 112. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part about the Chicago Bulls, as I saw, is Chicago has not won a game in all month of February. What happened to the Chicago Bulls? The Chicago Bulls have not been the same since they lost Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time. I mean, they had a couple of decent years, but recently the Chicago Bulls have been the laughingstock of the NBA. They got Billy Donovan as their head coach, but they really have not. They've always been trying to rebuild, but the rebuild has never amounted to anything yet. Is that the manager spot or whatever? I mean, it's Chicago. They should have a good basketball team. The hockey team's okay. The football team's gotten a lot better, but they need to have a better basketball team. The basketball team has not looked good at all. Every year, it's like, the Bulls are going to trade away a lot of their players and try to be a rebuild team. But we'll see. But that's wild that the Bulls did not win a game in all of the month of February. I mean, if they play tonight, I guess they have a chance. They play tomorrow, but tomorrow's February, to win a game in February. So that's really wild that they have not won a game all month. That's one reason why they are one of the bottom feeders of the NBA. Bottom feeders. Bottom feeders. But the Boston Celtics played tonight. They're back on the game after losing to the Denver Nuggets a couple days ago. The Boston Celtics are back to the games tonight. They play the Brooklyn Nets. They should be able to beat the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets suck. I know I shouldn't say suck as an announcer, but the Brooklyn Nets really do stink. So hopefully the Celtics can beat them. I mean, they only have 15 wins and they're 7-22 away. That'd be a pretty bad loss for the Boston Celtics if they lose. I mean, I know it might happen and they might lose, but that'd be a pretty bad loss. But I think Derek White and I think Jaylen Brown and I think Sam Hauser or maybe Peyton Pritchard will be too much for the little baby Brooklyn Nets to handle. And I think the Brooklyn Nets are not going to win tonight, but we'll see. I think the Detroit Pistons, I think they win over the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think the Knicks beat the Bucks. I think the Grizzlies beat the Mavericks. I think the Thunder beat the Nuggets. Those are my picks. The Thunder are one of the better teams in the NBA. They're the one top team in the West. I know they lost last week, a couple nights ago, to the top team in the West, Eastern, the Detroit Pistons. But who would have thought that the Detroit Pistons would be one of the top teams in the East? I mean, the Detroit Pistons are looking really good, but don't count out the Thunder. The Thunder are looking really better this year. The Thunder are looking like they could be repeat champions, unless it's some other team decides it. But I think, like I said, I think Jaylen Brown does good tonight, and I think the Celtics are just too much. Damn it. I think the Celtics are just too much for the Brooklyn Nets to handle. The salary cap is up to $31 million this year. It's caught it up a new high. So let's hope for the new high salary cap that the Pittsburgh Steelers can sign more players with its new high salary cap. But it's up to... It's up a lot of money now. So let's hope... But $300 million. So let's hope that the Penguins Steelers can get some more receivers. That's what they need, even in the drafts. They need receivers. Today, the Cowboys officially played the franchise tag on George Pickens. We'll see how good he does. George Pickens won a new deal, but we'll see how good he does. But we'll see how good he can do with that. But let's hope, we'll see how good he can do. That's one thing he won in Pittsburgh was a new contract. I mean, I know being franchise tagged, he still get paid a lot, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. And to see how... From day one, the best prospects worked out... son of a bitch. The best prospects worked out from Indianapolis for the 2026 Combine. Day one, defensive linemen and defensive backers. NFL Combine's off to a start. I'm still interested to see what Cardinal Tate and some of his receivers could do. Also, another name that might be interested for the Steelers to trade up is maybe to try to get safety Caleb Downs. Yes, I know Minka Fitzpatrick moved over to safety last year, but maybe they can move him back to cornerback or don't have the two safeties. So I know we're going to be getting Deshaun Elliott back, that was due to injury last year. But went out earlier on due to bad injury. But he'll be back. But Caleb Downs in the backfield will not be bad. Trying to get younger in that backfield on defense. That's something they need too. Or maybe another left tackle like I was talking about yesterday. Maybe that guy from Miami. But I really want Cardinal Tate or a receiver, no matter who the quarterback is. I know some people think Aaron Rodgers might come back, and other people don't think he's going to come back. But whoever the quarterback is next year, they need a good receiver, no matter who it is. No matter if it's Aaron Rodgers or whatever, they need receivers. And I know there might be some receivers like Shaneed from Seattle that might be a free agent and might be other ones that I don't know right now. But I got to look more into that later. But I think the Penguins, excuse me. But I think the Steelers need a receiver. Son of a bitch. I think the Steelers need a receiver. That's what I think, but we'll see. Also, I heard they might be interested in Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, I get to some people might be concerned, like my brother, Brian Thomas Jr. Why are the Jaguars trading him when he's still under a rookie contract? That could be a major concern, but if we can get him at the right price, it might as well be a nice try to see what we can do with him. Let's see what the Steelers can do with him, if they can get him. Or they can get somebody else, for that matter. But we'll see. But we'll see what happens. I hope... But the Steelers have been talking to people like Ty Simpson. I really don't think they need to draft Ty Simpson. If they really think Will Howard's the answer, maybe try to get Cardinal Tate, somebody that Will Howard had practiced with in college, or somebody else. Don't waste the first round. And also, let's hope that we know what Aaron Rodgers is going to do. Because if we get Aaron Rodgers back, I don't know if they should waste the first round pick this year on the receiver, on a quarterback, in my personal opinion, when you have Will Howard, and they think Will Howard could do stuff. And like I said in plenty of videos, I think next year's draft class is a lot more stacked. I mean, Ty Simpson might be a good quarterback, but I don't know. I just don't think the Steelers should waste it. I'll talk more about the NFL Combine tomorrow, and we'll do my WWE picks. I wonder what's going to be in the WWE crate. Is Cody Rhodes going to win the Elimination Chamber? Or will it be somebody else? Who will Stache Sports pick? I guess they're going to have to come back tomorrow to watch my video to see who Stache Sports picks on on Elimination Chamber Chicago. Will AJ Lee upset Becky Lynch? I don't know. I mean, I might know, but I'm not going to tell you because I know you won't come back and watch tomorrow's episode. Who will win the women's? Will it be Tiffany Stratton? Will it be Alexa Bliss? Or will it be a random person that I haven't mentioned? I don't know. You got to come back tomorrow's video. Also, who is in the crate? The giant crate. Is it a person or what is it? And what will it be? What will disappoint Stache Sports if it's in the crate that they've been building up for the last couple of weeks? But we'll see. Will CM Punk be able to retain, or will will Finn Balor put a major derail in the WrestleMania plans and not have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns that everybody wants to see at WrestleMania? You will have to come tomorrow's video to find out who Stache Sports picks. Stache Sports will also be doing UFC picks tomorrow, NHL picks, NBA picks, and college basketball picks. Tonight's college basketball slate. Stache Sports picked the college basketball games tonight before, because they forgot But yeah, who will win tomorrow's Elimination Chamber? You're going to have to come back tomorrow to see tomorrow's video. Miami of Ohio. They're undefeated. They still stay undefeated tonight, and they beat Western Michigan. Michigan and Illinois. So that's a tougher game. I think Michigan wins tonight over Illinois. Illinois is number 10, and Michigan's number 3. But I think Michigan just has a better basketball team all around than Illinois. I mean, it's going to be a better game, I think, than the first one I mentioned, Western Michigan and Miami, Ohio. But who knows? I think the Buckeyes. I think the Michigan Wolverines will win a close game. But like I said before, tomorrow's video will find out who Stache Sports picks in the Elimination Chamber. That's going to be at 7 p.m. tomorrow night in Chicago, Illinois, the hometown of CM Punk and AJ Lee. Will AJ Lee be able to upset her? Who knows? I'll give you my full breakdown on who I think is going to win, and if I think that AJ Lee and Becky Lynch might make it a rivalry and do another match at WrestleMania, or what I think is going to happen. I'll give you my predictions on who I think could be in the crate, or what could be in the crate. I'll give you my predictions on Elimination Chamber, and the chamber matches, and a couple people I think will win. And who they're going to be facing now, since Alexa and who Liv Morgan picked as her people. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow in WWE's video, because I know if I say it right now, you will not come back and watch tomorrow. But thank you for watching Stache Sports episode 56. Like I said, or 61, excuse me. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be doing WWE predictions, UFC predictions, NBA and college basketball and NHL predictions. The Penguins back on the ice tomorrow. Let's hope they can go back-to-back wins without having Sidney Crosby. These are the next couple games for the Penguins that are going to be tough. Oh, I forgot to mention, the Pittsburgh Pirates won today, and they are 6-2. The Pirates won today, and they are 6-2. But a lot of Pirate players did not play today, better than stars. So that's good to see that we have a lot of depth. Maybe some tradable pieces in the farm system if they don't come up ever. And if they don't come up in the major league levels. But that's nice. Hopefully the Pirates continue. 5-2 in spring training is not bad, but yes, I do realize that they're not playing against the superstars a lot of times. I do realize they're not playing against superstars, and they're playing against people that are trying to fight for a playoff, son of a bitch. They're trying to fight for a wild card spot. Not wild card spot, that's the wrong sport. Are trying to fight for a roster spot on their teams and make a name for themselves. But they beat the Orioles 6-2 today, if I can get to the score, or 6-1 today. Wendell single to the left, Garcia scored, and Jonathan to third. These are people that might make the team, but probably won't. These are people that are more likely in the farm system or more depth pieces. Yadier Santos hit the ground ball, and Grusin scored. Garcia single to the left. The Pirates looking really good. They're only 6-2 and 3-1 at home. They've lost one home game this year. But I know spring training doesn't count, in my personal opinion. It's just to see who makes the roster. Let's hope Connor Griffin can make the roster. That's one of the big names that we're hoping this year. But now I'm officially done. And like I said, tomorrow's video, we'll talk more about baseball and talk more about my WWE predictions and who I think is going to win the chamber. Because I have to watch SmackDown tonight to see if that changes any of it. But I don't think it will. But like I said, tomorrow's video will be all about WWE and my other picks. Thank you for watching Stache Sports. Thank you for being a loyal supporter and loyal commenters. Thank you for all the love and support. But thank you for watching my videos. This is Stache Sports episode 61 officially out.